Good morning, YOGATXers. This is Echo, and welcome to my somewhat hometown of Austin, Texas. I feel so happy to be practicing this morning here. And today's topic and today's theme of practice is really near and dear to my heart, and I imagine that it will be near and dear to your hearts as well. And it is a theme around heart. It is a theme around heartache and heartbreak and all matters of the heart. This year has been challenging, to say the least. I'm sure that you've all had your hardships and your blunders, and I honor that for you. I know that it hasn't been easy, and that even without year 2020, that life can just be quite challenging. And when it comes to matters of the heart, especially in loss and separation and in heartbreak, it's painful, it's visceral, and it can feel so deeply raw and tender. And I know for me, coming into the end of 2020, I am just seeing parts of myself that are being unearthed, and there are so many sensations and feelings occurring in my body and in my breath that really take over my mind. And this feeling of heartache and heartbreak from the happenings of 2020 and from the seemingly losses that I've experienced have really brought me into a deep appreciation for my practice and for my body, and my body being this vessel that allows me to really experience the human experience in fullness. And so I've just been taking time, like looking at my body and my arms and my legs and feeling my breath and hearing my heartbeat. And even in those moments of anxiousness and stress and just fear of the uncertainty of what 2020 has brought and the circumstances that I sit in, I'm just so grateful. Like, I'm so grateful from the very visceral, disgust, like painful, tender side of sentience, of feeling, all the way to ecstasy and joy and power and confidence and sensuality and everything in between. And so the spectrum it's beautiful, and we should be grateful, or not should, we can be grateful for what comes up. And so we'll take the time today to allow our hearts to be open in a very physical way. So opening the chest across the collarbones and energetically just embracing ourselves in these tender moments and allowing ourselves to just really dive in to ourselves and to love ourselves and to give back to ourselves when it feels like the world is moving away and pushing away and not embracing us. So I invite you today to embrace yourself. Take your time. If you need to go into Shavasana, to take child's pose, anything that feels good for you, do it. It's your practice. And I invite you to bring a pillow to your practice and a block. So let's first start just seated. You're probably already there. I would recommend elevating the hips just to allow the blood to come out of the hips into the legs so we don't have that blood stop here. We're going to sit up nice and tall. Separate some space here from the armpit and the arms so you get a little bit of airflow. And let's just shut the eyes down and take a deep breath in, deep sigh out. Let it all go. Allow yourself to really come into your practice fully. Deep breath in, deep sigh out. And just allow yourself to settle. Our nervous systems, when I'm speaking specifically to heartbreak, when we lose the ones that we love, whether it's friendship or intimacy or family, those that we spend most of our time with, our nervous systems attach and entangle. And as we move further away from each other, as we disconnect, our nervous system yearns for that co-regulation, that closeness to the living energy within another body. And so as we sit here alone, We just allow ourselves to come into a regulated state using our breath deeply in and out of the nostrils. Maybe taking a count as you inhale, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4. Counting as you exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. And just finding your own pace to really regulate your breath with the heart rate, calming the body, calming the mind, calming the heart. It's been a tough year. I heard this beautiful quote in one of my trainings, a trauma training, that said, loneliness is being alone unplanned. So when we come to this seat alone, sometimes it feels really good. It feels wonderful to sit and be with self. But if we're in that heartbreak, that heartache for another, it can be so painful. It can feel so alienating. So I really invite you here just to love on yourself. Drop the right ear to the right shoulder. Feel some length in the left side of the neck. Can even massage the knees a little bit with the hands. Give a little squeeze and just allow self here to know that you're here. Head through center, left ear to left shoulder. And begin to find circles. Let the chin drop to chest, right ear to right shoulder, head back, and just begin to find some movement. And I invite you here, even get the chest involved, the heart involved. You can find little circles with the chest, and you can begin to move in the opposite direction. There's no right and wrong here. Just allow the body to move and express. Let's come back to center. Take a deep inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, bring hands down through heart center. Nice long breaths. Entire inhale to reach up and lengthen. Entire exhale to slowly lower the hands down through heart center. Inhale, reach. And exhale, heart. Inhale, reach up. You can open the eyes. And exhale, bend the elbows, open the heart space, look up. Now inhale, sweep the arms forward, palms together, let the chin come to chest. Exhale, bend the elbows, open the heart. Back bend. Inhale, sweep forward, chin to chest. Exhale, bend elbows, open heart, back bend. Inhale forward, find your own edge. What feels good to you? Exhale, open the heart. You can close the eyes if you want. Inhale forward. And exhale, open the heart. Inhale. And exhale. Last one, inhale, reach up. And exhale, hands come down to the heart. Wonderful. Bring the hips off of the block. Bring the block off to the side here for a moment. We'll need it again in a moment. Hands to the knees and press the palms into the knees like you're kneading dough. So you're like a little cat that's pawing at your thighs. You can move from side to side. And as you kind of twist, you can feel some length in the side bodies as well. You can bend the elbows and then dip the chest down, move through center and up. Yeah. So just get a little fluid with it. And find your own way. So if you're watching me, do what feels good for you. Switch opposite directions. And we're just getting to know our bodies. So again, this practice is about the heart. And in the heart, we want to really know ourselves. So let your body be your vessel. can move in the opposite directions again. And begin to get to know like every inch of your breath, of your physical body. Last breath cycle, we'll come back up through center. All right, come back to center. And we're gonna turn, well, you're probably facing the front of your mat. Lengthen the legs out in front of you straight. We're gonna grab the block and we're gonna bring it between the shoulder blades. So for some of you, if you've got shoulder injuries or back injuries, this might be too much, you'll use the pillow instead. For the rest, come down, bring the block right between the shoulder blades, and then bring the pillow back behind you. And you're gonna let the head drop back on the pillow. And maybe you end up using two pillows, pillow behind the back, but you really wanna prop it up, so you wanna get a tough pillow. Let the shoulders fall off the sides of the block. You might have to rearrange a little bit. Maybe you have some encyclopedias you can use, maybe a couple of couch cushions, but really we wanna get the heart open. And we're gonna stay here for a few minutes and just allow gravity to do the work. I want you to just feel deeply grounded to the earth beneath you, to feel safe, to feel secure, to feel contained. And when we are in our heartbreak or our heartache, a lot of times that anxiousness that exists in the body can feel that kind of electricity buzzing through the fascia where we feel really sticky, we feel almost nauseous or want to curl up in a ball and just lay down and cry or listen to music. This is a good posture to do when we're feeling that just breaks the heart open, allows it to stay open instead of closing back to the world, allows us to be courageous and brave. So just allow yourself to be exposed here. And something that can be so detrimental to our growth is that in heartbreak, we close off again. We put up boundaries, we put up walls. And so what we hope for in this practice is that we stay soft and malleable, that we stay receptive and open to the love that we have for ourselves, but also to the love that exists in the world. Even if we're not getting it from the source that we might desire, or if we've lost a loved one. There's so many other beautiful nervous systems to co-regulate with, to mingle with. Let's take 4 more breaths here. And just remembering in this moment, if you're feeling a deep sense of loneliness or detachment, that this is temporary. Your heart will open. It is opening, and you will find that connection, that love, that heart resonance again. So just enjoy this moment of deep, raw, tender connection to yourself. And begin to prepare yourself for the loves that will come. And slowly peel the chest up. You can set the fingers down. Come up and bring that block off to the side. You might want to bring the pillow away as well. And go ahead and cross the ankles. Come over to the hands and the knees, and let's come to tabletop position. Palms directly underneath the shoulders. Take an inhale. Let the belly drop. Look forward. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest. Inhale, belly drops, look forward. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest. Inhale, belly drops. And exhale, round the spine. 2 more on your own breath. Last one. And come back to neutral. Walk the hands out in front of you for Anahatasana, heart melting pose. And slowly let the chest dip down towards the ground, forehead or chin to the earth, hips directly over the knees, and rest the elbows. Letting the forehead bond here with the earth, feel the support. It's almost like a prayer to the ground. And just bringing in intention here. So however your heart is feeling today, just honoring the earth here and asking for connection, for containment, for surrender. And also seeing and inviting in, if it feels alive for you, hope. So hope is what keeps us moving. Always hoping for a brighter day, or that the bright days continue. 2 more breaths here. And just knowing if it's a tough day that, again, it's only temporary. Slowly peel the chest up. Walk the hands back underneath the chest. Tuck the toes. Lift the hips. Downward facing dog. Press the palms in. Let the head drop in. Really pedal it out if it feels good for you. Let the hips sway from side to side. You'll get some length in the side bodies as you do that. Any natural movements. You know, the interesting thing about heartbreak and heartache, and I know that you all know this, you're human, is that when we're in it, we feel that we are so completely alone and that no one could understand our individual pain. And that makes it even more alienating. It feels so much more visceral. Slowly walk the feet forward towards the hands. Take your time. And then reality, take an inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold forward, slight bend in the knees. Take opposite elbows, sway from side to side. But in all reality, we are all in this together. So even when we feel alone together. So when you feel that loneliness, just allow it to settle in. Don't go into story or fantasy about what's wrong or what you could have done. Just be in your grief. Feel it. Move it through the body. Breathe deeply. Let go of the shoulds. Let go of the coulds. And just know that something better and brighter is coming. Anything that leaves your life has purpose for leaving. And something extraordinary is to come. Take an inhale, come up halfway, hands to shins. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, bow forward. Inhale, come up halfway, hands to shins. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to a plank position, top of a push-up. Press down through the palms, pull the belly in, slight rounding of the upper back. Give ourselves a little challenge. So again, when the heart is hurting, get into your body, challenge yourself. Be in nature, be in movement, dance, breathe, cry. Let it move through you. So the most difficult thing that we can do that seems the easiest is just to stay stagnant in thought, in movement, in our breath. Take an inhale. Exhale, come down halfway, elbows in by the ribs. Inhale, shift forward to the tops of the feet. Open the heart, lift the thighs. Take another inhale, pause here. Exhale, slowly tuck the toes under, draw the hips up first, downward facing dog. Very good. So we're moving nice and slow today, really having a conscious thought about every transition. Take an inhale, lift the right leg up behind you. Keep it nice and straight. Take an inhale. Exhale, step the right foot through, left knee to the earth. Hands to the top of the right thigh. Can lower the left toes down. Sink into that left hip. And inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring hands to the back of the head. Open the heart space, look up. So cradling the head here. Let the heart open, let the shoulder blades slide down the back. Take another inhale. Exhale, drop the right hand down to the right side or to a block. Left arm stretching up and over, so get nice and long through the left side body. Take an inhale. And exhale, left elbow to right thigh, right hand on top of the left hand. So twisting here. Twist into the belly, look back over the right shoulder. So even notice if we're feeling a little stuck today, if the heart's feeling a little tender, as we move and breathe. What's happening to your thoughts? What's happening to your breath? Is the energy shifting for you? Take an inhale, lift the arms up. And exhale, hands to the earth, tuck the back toes, step back, downward facing dog. Take an inhale, lift the left leg up. Straight at first. Take another inhale. Exhale, step the left foot through, right knee to the earth. Drop the right toes down, hands to the left thigh. You can move the block over to the left hip. Take an inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, hands behind the head, open the heart space. Slide the shoulders down the back. Inhale. Exhale, right elbow to the left thigh. Left hand to the top of the right thigh, twisting open. Look over the left shoulder. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to the earth. This time, tuck the back toes under and step forward, fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, hands to the lower back. Make a fist and lower the chest down over bent knees. Let the head drop down. Two more breaths here. And then go of the hands. Inhale, come up halfway. And exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to standing, reach up. And exhale, bend the elbows, open the heart. Inhale, sweep the arms forward like we did earlier, chin to chest. Exhale, bend the elbows, open the heart. So there's kind of a sway in the spine, slight bend in the knees. Inhale, sweep forward. And exhale, wave up, back bend. Inhale, wave forward. And exhale, wave, back bend. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, bow down. Come onto the tiptoes as you come down. Bend the knees and slowly sink down to a seat. Stretch the legs out in front of you. Take an inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, fold over. You can slightly bend the knees. Let the arms come down beside the legs. Keep the spine straight. The head drop in. For some of you, you might be not coming down this low. That's completely fine. You can keep a pillow underneath your chest, but keep the spine straight. You can even prop the hips up if you have lower back pain here in the back line. And slowly peel the chest up. We're going to end where we began, so bring that block back between the shoulder blades. If you want Shavasana, you can take Shavasana instead, but if you're really wanting to open the heart, I'd recommend coming back into this supported Matsyasana, fish pose. So block between the shoulder blades or build it up with some pillows. Bring a pillow underneath the head. Might have to shift around like I am. Can be uncomfortable between the shoulder blades. Most definitely. Let the arms open up. And you can pause the video if you'd like and stay here for as long as you need. We're going to just stay for about a minute, so feel free to quiet my voice so you can stay here much longer if you're feeling like you need some tender time with yourself. And just enjoy silence and ease. And something that's so painful and difficult about heartbreak and heartache is the mind. We get stuck in story, we get stuck in memories. We also get stuck in potential. We get stuck in the things that never happened or the things that could happen, and we really just begin to break our own hearts over and over again. So I invite you here to let that all go. Understand the higher good. That if someone leaves your life voluntarily or not, no matter the circumstances, there's purpose. And that in your pain and in your grief, there are lessons to learn. There are diamonds among the ashes of your despair. And that when you can truly sit with your grief and your pain and not distract yourself and move away from it, but you can breathe through it, you can move it through your body, and you can let go of those stories and the fantasy. The truths, the wisdom, the essence of the lesson will unveil itself. So be patient, be kind, be loving to yourself. And slowly begin to come back up when you're ready. I'm going to come into a seat. You can prop the hips up if you'd like, but not necessary. And just take one hand, right hand to the left shoulder, left hand to the right shoulder. Give yourself a little squeeze here. Let the head drop in. And remember, in our pain, to really care for ourselves, to be our nurturer, to be our caretaker, to be our lover, our best friend, to be our mother and father, to be our grandfather, grandmother, our chief, our medicine woman, our priestess. Merge the tribe together. And when you realize that all of these aspects, all of these archetypes that we desire, they're within us, there's a much more wholesome feel. We can feel safe, can feel loved, we can feel contained by the world and not fearful of it. Bring the hands together at heart center, bowing head to heart. My grief and despair and pain and tenderness honors and sees and acknowledges and embraces the despair and grief and pain and tenderness within each of you. Truly, 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 from my heart to yours, I love you through the ether and back. Be kind to yourselves when others cannot. And love. Namaste. Thank you guys so much for practicing with me today, and I hope that your heart is feeling contained and held. You can find me below in all of the places, and find me here every week by subscribing. I hope to see you somewhere out in the world, and I hope that your heart is feeling a little bit more held. Have a wonderful day.